Hello, everybody. My name is Karthik Kalra, and I am now a student at the National Law School in Bangalore. But I've been a student at Cambridge for the past 14 years, that is, since I began with my elementary education. And there's one thing that I can very confidently assert about the teaching and learning process at Cambridge, that is that it is extremely value oriented. That it doesn't merely aim to create students who'd be able to replicate the material that they're provided with on the day of the exam. Rather, the focus is to create value-based citizens. That is, to ensure that these are students who are responsible, who are sensitized, and who are also humane. And they are not merely robots who are able to speak out what they are told. Rather, they can also make autonomous choices. They're instilled with certain principles that they'd be expected to maintain later in life, and this is something that is instilled in all the lessons that you'll be learning as a student at Cambridge. And it's extremely important to understand their presence over there as well, because that's actually what is shaping your personality. That is what is making you a well-rounded person for the long term, right? And Cambridge Noida also offers dozens of opportunities to its students. It's only that you're willing to seize them at the appropriate time, regardless of the domain that you wish to specialize in, regardless of what activities interest you. If you are showing your willingness for it, if you are merely indicating that you're interested towards going to this or that direction, the school structure, everybody in school is always there a text away nowadays, because all the activities are so well organized. Any extracurriculars that a student is interested in, the school structure provides utmost support for it. And I can actually vouch for it from my own experience. That Model UN was an activity that I was deeply interested in through the later years in school, that's going to be from classes 9 till 12th. And I can say that throughout all these years, I received complete support from the school with regards to all the endeavors throughout the organization of the Model UN process in our own school, with regards to my participation in other schools and colleges as well. So that's something that you should ideally be looking forward to at your experience at Cambridge, because it's the last time in life where studying and enjoying and not really having dozens and dozens of other responsibilities is a possibility, where doing these things can be our entire vocation in school and college, that is. So in school especially, you have say again a degree of responsibility that is lower than that you will probably experience in college. So that is something that you can look forward to in a great way, doing as many extracurricular activities, playing lots and lots of things at school, and just having fun, making great relationships with teachers, with students, and having a great time altogether, because that's something that Cambridge is probably one experience that I'll always remember would be the great relations that I've made with people across the board, be it students and of course teachers are always there with us. About careers, because that's something that starts bugging students when they are in classes 9, that everybody's asking them what do you want to do, and you feel that you are completely clueless, since it's not really a decision for which you have the degree of knowledge that would be necessary to make that decision, right? So the thing is that you don't necessarily have to make an entire decision immediately. For example, I had never decided to pursue law unambiguously, having decided as the only thing I ever want to do it in life, because that is not something that you can commit to in a doctrinaire manner, saying that it's the only thing I'll ever do and all I'm going to do is to go for it. You have to figure out in bits and pieces. You can't really make a life schedule and then say that you will just abide by it in a doctrinaire manner, that is. So it never necessarily came to me that this is the only thing I wish to do, but rather it has to be a reasonable decision that you make, and the school is extremely supportive in that as well. So when you do say exit class 10 after you get your board results, there are tons and tons of these career counseling sessions that the school organizes for you, and they call in counselors from everywhere to do anything to possibly help you, to guide you towards what your potential interests can be, and what could be, according to your own aptitude, the best way to go for that. But over there, you also have to understand that, like, no student is ever, say, naturally tilted towards a particular field. Nobody is smart innately that they wish to do a particular thing. So lots and lots of people, on the basis of their class 10 scores, they're saying that, like, if I'm going to get a score above 95 or 97 or something, I will automatically decide that I wish to go towards the sciences, or I wish to go towards this XYZ field. But that's a very bad idea, since nobody is naturally tilted towards anything. It's how you are, say, socially factored. There are lots and lots of more things that come into play. So merely because of your marks, that shouldn't be a decision that you are making. And the school realizes that, the school commits to the fact that they wish for your decision to be a very responsible one, and they wish for it to be a very reasonable one as well, with the greatest number of possibilities and knowledge that you're able to accumulate before you make that decision. So you don't have to have complete knowledge about a particular field to go ahead in it, because if you already have it, then why would you even be interested in going towards it, right? So you can ensure that you just have a reasonable amount of knowledge before you enter a subject, not the entire thing, because that's a rather, say, irrational thing to even believe in, right? Along with that, say, I talk about how you can go about preparing for exams. If you are, that is, when you'll enter class 12, hopefully you'll be visiting school. I couldn't, but when you are, you'll probably have to juggle a couple of things. Like I had to appear for my law entrances, through which I took admission at the National Law School. So it might get a bit difficult. It might even seem to be a frightening exercise. To some, it may seem futile as well, that how do you manage so many things in just 1 year? But 1 year is a very long time, right? And when you are actually going to be having actual physical classes, you'll have the real experience of what school is, how great everything is there when you are actually attending, because that's something that I had an insatiable desire towards, but I just couldn't do it due to what. But when all of this actually begins, you'll have a much clearer idea of how you are to manage stuff. But the thing is that it's something manageable. That you may be, say, appearing for your science exams with JEE, NEET, or you may be interested towards going to your IIMs, for which you have to appear for your IPMAT exams, or maybe even law. Or there are tons and tons of other things that you could be interested in, for which either your CBSE scores count, or maybe you're interested in going to foreign universities, for which you have to ramp up your CV and be prepared for writing huge essays the entire year in order to submit there. So all of it may seem daunting right now, but once you obtain a reasonable degree of clarity with what you want to do, you will be able to apportion your time in such pieces that would be comfortable to you, while not secluding yourself entirely from everything else, right? Because that's a very bad and very hasty decision we make frequently, that we feel that because we will commit a certain portion of our time in a particular day to this activity, it should reward us proportionally. It does not work like that, because things do not work out in a linear fashion. So you may feel that towards the subject of mathematics in class 12, you wish to devote, say, 500 hours throughout the year, and if you do that, you will be able to succeed at it. Or sometimes you might even feel that because you're not studying, you're losing out, or someone in competition could be studying those 2 minutes that you aren't, and because of that, you may fall behind the race. Those ideas do seem appealing at first, because they make you feel that, yeah, you have to hustle the entire time, otherwise somebody's going to get ahead. But they are very unhealthy, and they're very impractical, since the marginal advantage that you are to get from every successive unit of time that you will spend studying, it will go on decreasing by the time you keep studying further. It may seem a bit complex to you, but the thing is that things will not work out in a linear fashion. That the marginal advantage that you can extract from quality studying for a small amount of time will be worth greater than you studying for hours and hours, keeping yourself involved in endless activities and not being able to extract value from it. So never confuse these two things, that is going to be activity and productivity, because these are two entirely different things which do have some correlation between them, but are not directly related, in the sense that one is not going to be leading to an increase in the other, right? That's a very important realization. But what I was saying was that whether you wish to rely on any of these domains, be it applying to foreign universities, be it appearing for your IIM or your JEE exams, or be it appearing for law entrances, I trust that you'll be able to figure it out. Because with time, it does let you know what you are supposed to do until you reach the level where you are actually going to college. And that's something that you are going to be working for with utmost clarity as much as possible, for which the school is going to give you very committed support throughout the year. Right. That's the message that I had for all of you. I hope you have a great time at Cambridge like I did. and best of luck for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.